Good evening and welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you as always tuning in. I want to start out with a thank you also for those who have trickled over to the Spotify and Anchor. I've seen some followers and subscribers over there, so I appreciate that. If we can just get more people over there to subscribe. As I've said before, that within a month or so, I'd like to be completely off of YouTube with this with the Saturday shows. So the last Saturday was the most listened to podcast since September, I think it was. So incredibly thankful for that. So thank you for that. And I'll still be here doing this particular segment on Wednesdays, the Whiteboard Wednesdays. I guess we're just going to stick with that for now. A lack of a better word, or phrase seems to go pretty well, in my opinion. But very thankful for that. Looking at the numbers today on the podcast over at Spotify and Anchor. Also Rumble. It's going to be on Rumble also. Slowly going to get away from YouTube. So the program will not be on Saturdays in the future on YouTube, but it will be on the podcast. A lot more accessible for folks, so they don't have to try to watch YouTube on a Saturday. If you're out and about, and you can just plug it in on the Spotify and you're good to go on the Anchor FM there. So thank you for that. That was quite long-winded, so thanks for dealing with me on that one. All right, so we're going to continue what we've been doing, going on verses. We'll do other things on Whiteboard Wednesday. Everything I can use a whiteboard for, you know what's going to happen. So this week we're going to be talking about Luke, and we're going to be talking about John. Interestingly enough, one of these verses has 70% missing. Quite fascinating, isn't it? So, over here and over here. So we're going to start with Luke chapter 9 on your King James Bible. Remember, this is about the King James Bible. How other versions have completely destroyed, mutilated, taken away, whatever words you want to use or phrase you want to use, but they have added to or omitted or whatever. But mostly, the newer versions take out things or literally completely change the context of something. So King James Bible, Luke chapter 9, verses 55 and 56 in your King James Bible. I'm not going to open mine at the moment because I wrote it down up here so y'all can see it and open it up. If you got a computer or well, if you're on a phone, you wouldn't be really looking at it. Well, you could. But if you have an app, it's fine. But I'm telling you, eventually get away from those apps. Get a paper Bible. A lot simpler. You never know when things are going to get hacked into and changed on Wikipedia or your King James Online app. So, just telling you. All right. But he turned and rebuked them and said, Ye know not what manner of spirit ye are of. For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. And they went to another village. Now you're saying to yourself, well, that's all of it. Where'd you get 70%? That's all right there. Is it all right there? So, as you well know, we use the NIV, the NLT, the ESV, the CSB as comparisons because those are the top-selling Bibles in this time frame. So, now we're going to turn to Luke. And I'm going to turn to Luke here so you can listen along. I mean, if you want to pull up an app for this, you could, the NIV. But it's amazing how people accept that, well, maybe it's a little different, but things can be completely different. How different is different? How different are you allowing something to be before it's not okay anymore? That's the interesting part. How far are you allowing things to go for like, oh, wait, that's too much? All right, now, Luke chapter 9, verse 55, 56. Ready? But Jesus turned and rebuked them. So far in the NIV, same thing. And they went to another village. And they went to another... Where'd all this go? Not here in the NIV. Not here in the NIV. And I'll do the ESV. I'm not going to open the NLT and the CSB right now, but you're going to get the point here. So Luke in the ESV, which is the English Standard Version. Luke, as I'm flipping through these pages as really fast as I can. Luke 9, that's such small print. Goodness, I have glasses. But he turned and rebuked them, and they went on to another village. Interesting, isn't it? Why take this out? And said ye know not what manner of spirit you are. Because that's a pretty firm and rebuke, isn't it? For the Son of Man is not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. Are you afraid to tell people in these other Bibles that Jesus, the Son of Man, has come to save them? Why is that a problem for you? So when people tell you that, again, I've said this before, all Bibles are the same, they're basically the same. How basically the same? You have removed 70%. And please remember, the NIV is really basically stems from Westcott. 1881, where is it? I don't even see it. Anyways, 1881. And then moves on to the ASV over there. And then it goes on to the NASB. And then it goes on to the NASB, which I don't have up there, but also NASB, same thing. NRSV, same thing. It takes it out 70%. Why would you take out 70% of a verse? Or two verses, really? Evil, deceptive, and liars. All right, let's go on to John chapter 6, verse 47. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life. On me. Why do I have that underlined? Well, let's go. Let's do this now. Let's go into the NIV now. Let's go to John. Maybe I'm being sarcastic a little. I don't know how you want to look at it. But so many people just lie to that, well, they all say the same thing, but they don't all say the same thing. Now, here's the deal. Now, I've told you this. I'm telling you this now. So if you're watching this, you can no longer go, I didn't know. Well, you know now. Now what? Because now you're in sin. Because once you've been told something and you don't want to believe or you don't want to follow it, well, that's nothing I can do to you. I can't force you to know the truth. I can just tell you the truth. John chapter 6, verse 47. Where am I here? Let's see. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. He who believes has everlasting life. He who believes has everlasting life. On me is gone. Do I have to go in the fact that it's not in the ESV also? I think you get the message. It's not in the ASV. It's not in the NLT. It's not in the CSB. It's not in the CEB. It's not in the NASB. The ASV. What else I got over here? The NRSV, the RSV. Or the New English Bible. It's not the NEB. It's not even there in that one either. Why is on me gone? Think about what on me means. If you look at the word on, it means dependence. Me, which is Jesus. He that believes on Jesus can depend on Jesus. So if you take that out, you just believe. Believe what? Believe who? On dependence. He that believes on Jesus, dependent on Jesus, believes can depend on that. He that believes on Jesus can depend on Jesus. That's simple. But that's not good enough. So to put this into perspective, think about this. They went, if they could have an eraser today, which I was just looking for my eraser, I don't have one. So I think I'll just use this little, I usually use this whiteboard. So this is what your new perversions do. Okay, this is what your new Bibles do. They look at the Word of God and they go, I don't like that one, God. I don't care for that one, God. Sorry, doesn't work for me. And I don't care for, well, it's not racing very well, so apparently I'm going to have to clean it. And I don't have my other eraser, so I'm just doing it this way. None of this. So how about this? We'll do it a little differently. Impromptu. God, This is what the new perversions do. God, I don't like any of this, and I don't want that, but I'll take this here, yeah, you there, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying blah, 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 because that's what I mean. That's what they do. That's how much respect your ABSs, your American Bible Society, your Lockman Foundations, your Vatican control people, all of them. That's the respect they have for the Bible. They completely take out 70%. Hey, Roman Catholics, are you cool with that? Are you cool with the fact that people, your people, your organizations that you like so much, disintegrate the Word of God? And you don't think that's a problem? It's a problem. Maybe I'm getting angry. I don't even know why I don't want to get angry. Sorry. But think about that. It's not missing. Oh, I wrote this on the side. 41 words, 29 missing. 29 out of 41 missing. Actually, not missing. It's not like they couldn't find them. They found them. They don't want them in there. Tyndale, Coverdale, Matthews, Geneva, Bishops, The Great Bible, 1611. There are no issues there. Why is there an issue anywhere else? There's no issue here with these Bibles. Again, Alexandrian, Antioch. That's not a coincidence. So, I don't know about you, but I prefer that people stop messing with the Word of God. And any Bible that messes with the Word of God, you shouldn't be following. When you say, hey, well, they're all the same. Was that all the same? 70% taken out? The fact that you, if you believe on Jesus, you can depend on Jesus? Is that a problem? Should we take that out of the Bible? I don't think you would think that. But yet your new versions do. Come out of the darkness. You don't need to be reading those Bibles, leading you to hell. Well, wait, no, I'm saved. Now, I'm not doubting, and I'm not saying that no one can get saved in the NIV. I'm not saying someone goes to the NIV or has an NLT, ESV can't get saved. But once you are saved, you know you don't have the right Bible. You may not know at that moment why you don't have the right Bible. You just know that you know. Is that a proper sentence? You just know that there's something ain't right and you just can't figure it out yet. But you still read them. You go to your pastor and priest. I don't understand. Why is that? Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. A pastor that says that to you is an absolute liar and is of the devil. I appreciate you watching this video as always. I kind of rushed this video because a little later than I expected to put this up. But a reminder, tune in on Saturday. It's still going to be here on YouTube. We're going to be on Rumble and we're going to be on Spotify. I'll leave the link in the description. I'll leave the link there so you can click on Spotify and you can listen to even some of the old podcasts. There's plenty of them on there to listen to. So again, thank you. I appreciate it as always. God bless. Have a great night.